Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, let me try to fucking fix it there. There we go. So hello, ladies and gentlemen, once again. Um, I just got done fixing some of my old Godzilla toys. Some of my old Godzilla toys. These three were the most played with, the most ones that I had since 9 years old. Probably the first couple of Godzillas that I had since 9 years old. I know my first Godzilla figure was this GMK Godzilla figure from GMK, but that was my first actual one. But yeah, these were like my first actual Godzilla figures when I really started collecting and getting figures back in the day for like birthdays and everything like that. But yeah, I went into my huge Godzilla tub and found some of my figures that I could, fix up. So, let's start with this one right here, Rodan. Now, I have another Rodan as well. The other Rodan is perfectly fine, but this one, the glue apparently is still trying to have time to dry. It is what it is. But this one, I had to cut a lot of like excess glue from like 20 years ago, or whenever I got this figure years ago. There's a lot of like normal, schoolcraft glue in his arms there, in the cracks of his arms, as you can see. A lot of, glue there, and yeah, so all I did was I glued the cracks in his arms there back together, and yeah, it's staying pretty tight now. It's not super wobbly. Yeah, what I used to do is, you know how Rodan in the old movies would flap his wings? I would do that with this figure, and then over time, the little cracks and, part of his arm here would form, would be a crack on both sides. So I just super glued that, and, kind of like, I took a Q-tip and just rubbed the excess over, so, it's kind of like a barrier in a way. But yeah, so I'm gonna let that continue drying, and then after it dries and everything, that excess glue should just wipe right off, that white excess glue. That's what I normally do when they're done, drying off and everything. So, next one I had to fix up. And you might be like, oh, what's wrong with King Gigaura? There's nothing wrong, looks perfectly fine. Well, this middle head, the middle head, on the bottom of the middle head here, on the bottom part, I don't really want to touch it, because if I touch it, it's fucking gonna burn the shit out of me. It's fucking super glue or whatever, some type of, non-school glue is all I'm gonna say that I used. And in the middle head there, in the middle head, I kind of like, I had to glue kind of like the middle head back on there because it was coming off and everything. Because, I was stupid when I was younger, and I would have like the heads move around and jiggle, like kind of like in the movies, you know? You know how, like, the actor in the suit, the heads be wobbling around and shit, I would, try to have that and everything. And yeah, the middle head kind of cracked, and it didn't completely come off, but the whole side over here was kind of cracked for the middle head. So yeah, I just kind of glued the part of the middle head there. I can't really get too far depth in, but yeah. So now at least that's glued and that's fixed. And then the last one that I had to do some minor tweaking to, this one I had to do a lot of minor tweaking to. This one had a lot of excess, like I said, schoolcraft glue on it. Had tons of it. Like, I had to chop some of it off. I had to tweak some of the arm just so it could fit back on perfectly. And this one is the original Bandai released Burning Godzilla. And sorry, I got a message. As you can see, this arm can move. The legs can move. See? The legs can move. This tail can have a little bit of movement, but this arm right here can no longer move. This arm on this side can no longer move because, surprise, surprise, the arm was still in the tub over how many years? So I was like, alright, I'm going to fix this one. So I had to cut down a lot of the excess glue. There was so much. It looked like Godzilla's arm bursted out, and there was like just glue all over it. So I had to do a lot of minor tweaking, had to like cut all the glue off as much as possible, make it look clean as possible, and then I just took the arm, made sure I lined it up correctly, and then just glue it on there. And then there he goes. So now Burning Godzilla's arm is back on. So yeah. But however, that's about it. All of my Godzilla figures are back to being fixed. Just don't play with them, and they won't fucking break. So, yeah. However, though, since they're fixed and everything, I'll give them some time to actually dry, and then I'll probably display them somewhere, because I don't want to put them back in the tub, and then they start, breaking again or whatever, which is, I don't think they would, because I have used this super glue for other things, like seriously, and these things have never been broken since. So the super glue I'm using is really good. It's supposed to, like, fix the windows and shit or whatever as well, so I don't know if that's actually true, because it's fucking super glue, but that's what it said on the package, at least, when I bought it. But, yeah, though, however, yeah, so I guess I'll just, for a couple of days, let these things dry and just sit, and then I'll probably try to pick a couple of spots to display them and everything, but, for now, that's that, though. My toys are fixed after how many years of being played with and being messed with and breaking over and over again because I'm using, schoolcraft glue and shit. So, but yeah, or the fucking, whatever that gun glue, hot glue, that shit too. So, yeah, don't use hot glue to fix your toys. They're just gonna keep breaking. I learned that over the years. But, I guess that's about it. I just wanted to show them off, finally fix them, and I do think the super glue is gonna do the job, like I said, because I used it for a lot of my other toys that I've been having since how many years that have been broken, and they have never, broke apart or anything since then, so, yeah. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, and that's it, and I'm done talking about fixing my toys here, so...